Fred, let's talk about what happened in 2013. You were a pioneer in pro wrestling because in 2013 you took the decision to come out as openly gay, the first man in WWE's history to do it. Many people know your story outside of the company, but at that point, what was Kennedy McMahon's reaction and locker room leaders like CM Punk? How did people took it? Because doing it in 2020 after Darren Young did it, it's way easier than doing it in 2013 with no one taking this decision and being an advocate basically for this community. How was that moment for you, and how did you took the decision to firmly say, I'm gay and I'm proud and I'm a pro wrestler?
Well, I made a lot of sacrifices. I sacrificed my WWE career to inspire others to be and accept themselves. Not only if you're LGBTQ, but anyone that gets bullied into silence. You might get bullied because you have facial hair, but in order to be strong and successful, you got to block the hate. I might get bullied because I had a stuttering problem growing up, and sometimes it comes and goes, but I embrace it. I'm 37, I don't care, But in order to be strong and successful, you got to block the hate. So that's my message to the masses, not just LGBTQ, but anyone that gets bullied into silence. And when I made the decision to come out, there are many reasons why I made the decision, but I ultimately made the decision because I wanted to be able to bring I hate using the word partner. A partner is like my tag team partner, Titus O'Neil. I wanted to be able to bring my boyfriend backstage to WWE and have him experience the masculine world of professional wrestling. I wanted to be able to bring him to red carpets and have him experience what I experienced. And I was able to do that. And, my ex at the time, we're still good friends. He wasn't a big wrestling fan, but he did follow the Attitude Era. And I asked him, I said, is there any wrestler that you would want to meet from the Attitude Era? He said, if anybody he could meet, it would be Stone Cold Steve Austin. So one WrestleMania, I think before he was filming his show after Raw, he was almost about to go on air, and he stopped and talked to Nikki and I, and he was so kind. He was like, hey, how you enjoying WrestleMania weekend, kid? He was just so cool. And that meant the world to me for Steve Austin to be an ally, because we need more allies speaking up and speaking out. He don't give a shit what I do behind closed doors, as long as I'm happy, that's all that matters. And when I come into a ring and when I step into a locker room, I'm there to wrestle, I'm there to wow the crowd and entertain and be the suntan Superman, because I got a new nickname, the suntan Superman, that I want to be. And from guys like CM Punk, who was my coach on the first season of NXT, him and I said 2 words to one another. We weren't close at all. And for him, August 2013, after his match with Brock Lesnar, he's all iced up, SummerSlam match. And he comes up to me at the Staples Center in catering in front of everyone watching the show, and he told me to stand up. And I stood up, and he gave me a hug, and he said, if you have any problems with anyone in the locker room, you let me know, and he'll take care of it. And, him saying that in 2013, I still remember. You remember how people treated you. Maya Angelou, beautiful poet, she said, people will, and I might be saying it wrong, but she always said, she said that people won't remember what you did, but they'll remember what you, how you made them feel. You know what I mean? And, you remember how these people make you feel, not what they did, but how they made you feel. CM Punk to do that in front of everyone, Randy Orton, Big Show, Mark Henry, Sheamus, Titus, they all made it a lot easier for me to walk into a locker room. Me and Big Show, we were, very cool. Him and I lived in Miami at the time, and I always say in interviews, every time I bring his name up, we would always be on the same flights, and there would be times over the years he would hook me up with first class, however he did it, it was always amazing. He hooked me up at least 4 or 5 times. So, when I came out, people embraced me even more. People were cool to me. Still being out of WWE since 2017, I still get giddy when Randy Orton likes some of my stuff on social media. And I can only imagine how people feel when I like their stuff on social media. So I get giddy when guys like Randy do that for me. So it means the world to me. It means the world to me. And like I said, my fight's much more bigger than in the ring. It's outside of the ring, fighting bigotry and hatred, and always trying to be the voice of the voiceless. So that's why my Block the Hate movement is so near and dear to my heart. It's a movement that, you know, like I said, in this world, we all receive hate for various reasons, but in order to be strong and successful, you got to block the hate. And it's like, I want this to be the next middle finger. You know what I mean? Block the hate, equality for all, not just for me, but for you who have to battle bigotry and hatred, you know? And I always say on my social media, people with social media will say, oh, I need a break from social media. I need a break from social media. Well, you can use social media in one or two ways. You can use it to shit on people, excuse my language, or you could use it to impact, motivate, and educate the masses. And that's what I do, because my social media is an open diary to the world. So anything I ever post always comes from the heart. So anything you see I post, it's coming from the heart. It's something that means the world to me. It's something that I can go back through my Instagram and check, oh, I remember that moment. I remember that moment. And I'm doing it, you know, digitally, you know, so it's something special. It's really special. And, you know, the holidays are coming around the corner. So anyone that's watching this, if they don't have anyone in their family that supports them or that are struggling like I did, be a part of my family on social media. My Twitter and Instagram at Real Fred Rosser, not Darren Young. It's at Real Fred Rosser, my government name, and be a part of my family.